So I want to talk about a isekai from this season that's honestly been the best isekai in my opinion compared to all the other ones. Yeah, there isn't a lot of episodes out so far. There's only 5 because one it did have to take a break, but that is Uncle from Another World. Now, Uncle from Another World is a very unique-ish isekai because I'll say... So the reason why I feel like this anime is unique compared to other isekai and it's very refreshing, in my opinion it's the most refreshing isekai we've gotten in a while, is you could say technically it's reverse isekai, but I really say that because the guy that was in the isekai world, the uncle, he literally like was in a coma for 17 years and his body was basically still on Earth. It's just his mind got transported to another world. So I want to really call that like reverse isekai. I'll say it's still isekai. It's just the person just woke up from it. That's why I say it's pretty interesting because it's just like it has that dynamic of like his mind went into like his mind and body, I guess you could say, got transported to another world, but his actual physical body was still on Earth just in a coma. I know it's kind of weird when I say it like that. It's just, but yeah, so basically he wakes up from the coma. It's been 17 years later and like he's in a whole new world, all these different stuff, and like his nephew comes to him and his nephew just hears him saying nonsense talking about this other world, doesn't believe him until his uncle happens to use like this spell to like blow this water over with the wind. Then that's when he loses his shit, and then from there that's when they make a YouTube channel. Yeah, they make a YouTube channel. That's why I say it's so relatable, because he makes a YouTube channel and like at the time like they're like struggling through YouTube and stuff like that. And like one of the most interesting thing that happens in here is like there was one point on YouTube, I think it was around 2018, like around there, where like I don't know if it was 2018, I think it was 2016 for us, or maybe, I don't remember exactly, whatever the date was, but it's when they went from basically watch time, like the amount of watch time you had to have, you basically had to have 4,000 watch time, 1,000 followers, 1,000 I'll say subscribers that you could basically start getting paid on YouTube and stuff like that. So they have that they have to deal with, and also like the uncle has to adjust the people that are trolls and all this other stuff, because like he's always responding back to people in like crazy ass paragraphs and wild thing, and like the nephew's like, dog, you cannot do that. He's like, dog, he was like, because he was wondering like why they weren't getting subscribers. So there's that too. That's where I'm just like, I mess with that. And then also like all the stuff he liked when he was growing up, like flip phones. I think it was like the Sega Saturn that like he really liked a lot. So like you have stuff like that where he wants to look at stuff that like he knew from the past, and like when he's seeing like all this new technology, he's losing his mind over it. And also probably one of the best things that happens in this show is, so he has this ability that he uses that basically allows him to display stuff like his memories like basically on a screen, and like his nephew watches some of it, and like on them scenes most times, so the uncle like in the world he was from, they basically thought he was very ugly. They thought he was a monster like type of thing. They thought he was an org, like they thought he was some ugly creature because the way he looked. So they would always be scared of him until they realized what he was. And in that other world there was this girl that was an elf, and this elf basically likes him. She was basically one, you know, the one character that basically, you know, they play off like they don't like somebody but they actually like somebody. It was basically one of those type of characters, and she actually really liked the guy a lot, but the uncle, of course, he did not know. He was oblivious to the whole situation. So there's a lot of few scenes that he gets into with her that he doesn't read the room right, he doesn't read the atmosphere right, you know, he wasn't reading the room right. But like there's one time that he wants to reward her, so he gives her a ring, and she's over here like freaking out because she's talking about marriage and she's not ready for that. And then like he takes the ring back and literally takes it to the pawn shop type of thing. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of times he's made her cry. There's one time like he was drunk and like he wanted her to take it back to like the end, and like they're talking, he's talking to her all sweet and stuff like that, and when he gets to the end he's like, oh thank you, I'm about to go to bed, and he closes the door, and you find out she was crying because like she thought something was actually gonna happen. So yeah, there's a lot of times that he just basically did the elf girl dirty because he didn't realize like about like romance and shit like that. So there's funny stuff like that. So like another interesting character is the nephew's childhood friend, who's a girl. Like they happen to meet again, and we see memories of them in the past, and we find out that like when they were in elementary school, she was like this weird bully type of girl that didn't even look like a girl, and like the way she used to look, like she's ashamed of the way she used to look as a little kid, is the way she would act, because she didn't act girly, she was more like a bully type of thing. And like she actually likes the nephew a lot. And there's one scene where the uncle literally transforms into like the elf girl to act like she's like the aunt, because he wanted to like get information about, like talk to the childhood best friend, talk to her, like you can, you know, realize about like her feelings and other shit, because he's trying to help with romance and shit like that. Yeah, there's a lot of wild scenes in here, but yeah, all in all, it's been a very refreshing and really good and a nice change of pace, especially because yeah, we have the fantasy aspect, but the fantasy aspect is more just memories and shit like that. It's not like the whole anime thing, and this anime is honestly hilarious. There's so many funny moments in here. And the way the uncle was just talking to people and some of the stuff he was doing. Oh yeah, there's a lot of references to other anime. There was an Attack on Titan reference, which was hilarious. So like, the main character, like, they're in this village that's protected by a wall and a barrier and all that, and he destroys the barrier to try and see how strong it actually was, and like, out of nowhere, it's like full pandemonium, because like, you have all these like you have these big ass cyclops creatures come into the wall, all these monsters, because like the barrier's gone, and they're like, seems like they're about to attack everybody. The elf girl goes to power up and all that, and you just find out the main character just fixed the wall, so like, she smacks against the wall, the barrier, and falls to the ground. It's some funny ass shit. The only thing I hope happens, I hope that they somehow get the elf girl into the real world, because I want her to appear, because I'm like, dog, I need her in this like human world, because of like the regular world, because of like the relationship she had with the main character. It's just like, but the uncle is so hilarious. And also, this is on Netflix. But yeah, Netflix outside Japan is like one episode behind, but still, I mean, it doesn't really matter that much. Like I said, most of the time, like I said, if it's gonna be, because like Netflix has changed their ways when it comes to Netflix jail. So like, yeah, it's not like the best thing where it's like it's airing at the same time as Japan, but still, we're just one episode behind, so it's not that bad though. But still, this shit is hilarious. This shit will have you rolling. Like I said, it's one of the, because like there's some subliminal type funny moments. There's like adult humor at times, and just like seeing some of the stuff he does. Like the uncle was like wild. The uncle was on some wild stuff at times, and some of the way he acts. And also, like I said, since they have a YouTube channel, I relate to that. Like, I relate to that, especially some of the struggles they have on there. I'm just watching them, because like he's getting all these views, but other stuff is not clicking with him and all these other things. And even people say something. Oh yeah, when he's, oh my gosh, yeah, okay. When he transforms into the elf girl, there's one point he makes a video on that, and he gets upset because like all the people are just like talking about how fine the elf girl looks and all this other stuff. So he's getting upset about that. But then nephew's showing him like, dog, here goes the views, and he changes his mind. And also he has like this old ass flip phone that you really can't do nothing with. It was one of the ones that you can slide up like that. If you remember those ones, like it was a flip phone ish type of era, but it was the one that you can slide up like that. Because some reason he wanted that one. I don't know why. When it's like, dog, you just get a normal phone. And it is always interesting just seeing the relationship, especially all three of the characters have now, because like when they're watching stuff and they're getting, because like the nephew and the childhood friend, whenever they see this man messing up in the world, they always just like, dog, what were you on? But yeah, this one goes up there in that upper echelons of funny isekai, because this is up there, because trust me, there's so many funny moments and you'll be rolling. If you're not watching Uncle in Another World, please watch it. Like I said, it's on Netflix. It literally has 5 episodes out right now, but Netflix outside Japan is 1 episode behind. But I mean, you can literally binge this, and literally, I'm pretty sure probably the next episode comes out soon for us outside of Japan anyway. But been really good. Like I said, it's been so refreshing. I just love some of the funny moments, and I can't wait to see what else happens. I really hope the elf girl comes into the human world. And another thing is, this was always a manga that I would see at Barnes and Noble that I'd always be like, I skimmed through and I was like, oh, this looks interesting, but it was never nothing I wanted to pick up, mainly because I was trying to save money and not just buy a new series. But it was always one I would always see, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. But then I heard it was getting the anime, so I was like, I don't need to pick up this manga. Maybe if I like the anime a lot, I'll pick up the manga though. But yeah, I love this anime. This is a really good isekai. It's the best isekai this whole season. Like, it's by a mile. Because the other isekai are all, in my opinion, they're all meh. All the other isekai, they all have problems that came out this season. But this one doesn't really have that problem, because it's just been really good, though. If you're watching it, let me know how you feel about it. If you're not watching Uncle in Another World, please watch it. It's been really dope, though. If you're new, why not subscribe? Enjoy the video. Why not like? If you could dislike, subscribe, really enjoyed. Please watch Uncle in Another World, because it's hilarious. Like I said, the 3 character dynamic that we see between the uncle, the nephew, and the childhood best friend, yes, it's really a good dynamic. I can't wait until we get introduced to new characters. Like I said, hopefully the elf gets introduced, and also there's like an ice type of girl too that's in the show too, and in the most recent episode there was a funny moment of that too. But yeah, Uncle in Other Words has been really dope. Like I said, it's been one of the most refreshing isekai that's been out in the past few years, in my opinion, though, because it's actually really nice and different compared to all this other BS though. But yeah, really dope anime. Check it out if you've not seen it. But if you have seen it, let me know how you feel about it in the comments though. But thanks for watching. I'll see you next video though. Bye.